Controversial changes to Oklahoma's liquor laws are now in the hands of the governor. Lawmakers this week approved a measure aimed at increasing competition among wholesalers of wine and spirits. The move came despite questions over the constitutionality of the bill and concerns that the measure could face legal challenges.
Voters passed State Question 792 in November of 2016. It modernized Oklahoma's liquor laws to allow the sale of strong beer and wine in grocery and convenience stores. It also allowed changes to retail package stores. But according to Brian Kerr, president of the Retail Liquor Association of Oklahoma, it also created a near monopoly for distributors.
Senate Bill 608, what it aims to do is to restore competition at the wholesale distribution level, which we had prior to the new laws. What happened is when the laws were being changed, the big boys snuck in there and got some language put into our Constitution and into our statutes that allowed them to own about 80% of the spirits and wine market in Oklahoma. Before that, it was a very competitive landscape. Since then, not so competitive.
Kerr says that some stores are having issues with supply and delivery, and some are having problems getting certain brands.
What we've seen at retailers is we've seen decreased service levels, including decreased delivery dates. We've seen an increase in prices, including doubling of the bottle handling fees over the last year. And we've seen shortages of products because since you can only buy that one product from one specific wholesaler, if they're out, everybody's out.
The language was amended in the House to require all manufacturers to make available the top brands for purchase by any wholesaler in the state, sending the bill back to the Senate. Senate President Pro Tem Greg Treat says that probably wasn't an issue for voters when they approved State Question 792.
My opinion on the state question is that Oklahoma voters voted for cold beer and for wine in grocery stores. The distribution model wasn't something that people got ginned up on and were really wed to one distribution model over another. I think people thought we were moving toward a more free market system, and I think some people have been disappointed in the lack of competition.
Senator Stephanie Bice, who is the chief architect of the changes in State Question 792, says the system has not had time to adjust to the changes and the market will correct itself.
We are 6 short months into the implementation of State Question 792. And with any significant change in law, it takes time. There are disruptions to the system. There are tweaks that have to be made. But to upend a system that's just been upended 6 months ago, I think is misguided and not well thought out.
Bice also says she has a pretty good idea where the push for Senate Bill 608 is coming from.
I also believe that strong opposition to 792 was made very early on by the Retail Liquor Association. They did not want to see Oklahoma modernize their alcohol laws. And ever since then, that narrative has continued, even after I've tried to champion issues like extended hours, Sunday sales, minors in stores. That hasn't been enough because they didn't want to see 792 passed to begin with.
Brian Kerr admits there are some wholesalers who don't want to see 608 succeed. But J.P. Richard, who owns a liquor store in Lawton, says this legislation is needed to stay competitive. He says the distribution issues have to be addressed.
I used to be able to buy Jack Daniels 5 days a week from 5 different wholesalers, and it was my choice. And they had to compete for my business. They don't do that now. Now it's their way or the highway.
Senator Kim David, who is the author of the bill, agrees that changing Oklahoma's liquor laws was a monumental task, but believes passage of 608 will level the playing field for the entire retail package industry, although she admits the measure may face a legal challenge.
There's probably grounds for this to end up in the courts, and it probably eventually should. And if this gets it there, great. Because hopefully our retailers can get a little bit of relief until there is a decision made, and we can sit down and really look at how we need to tweak our laws.
The Senate passed the measure by a vote of 34 to 11. sending it to the governor for his consideration.